Hey everybody, David Flute here, Cabinet Secretary for the South Dakota Department of Tribal Relations. You know, when we're talking about the flag song and the patriotism that I saw growing up as a kid from a lot of the World War II veterans, I was fortunate to know a man named George Campbell. When I was a little boy, he was a World War I veteran. What I remember very vividly about him is he was shell shocked, and so he would constantly have these uncontrollable shakes, and it was very difficult to see him out in public. But my grandmother's youngest sister, in the Indian way, that's my grandma too, was his caretaker. So I knew George Campbell, who was a World War I veteran, but he served this country. I knew many World War II veterans that were some of the most decorated World War II veterans in all of America come from the Indian country. I'll speak very specifically to my tribe, not speaking for them, but speaking of my tribe. We celebrate the second oldest powwow in all the nation. It is the oldest event in the state of South Dakota. And when you come into the Siston-Wahpeton Sioux tribe to the it's called the Winfield Thompson Sr. Memorial Powwow Grounds. And Winfield Thompson Sr. was a survivor of the Bataan Death March. He was one of two Siston-Wahpeton members. The other was Lewis Williams, both from Siston-Wahpeton. They were Bataan Death March survivors. And so we honor our warriors, and we honor our Indian people that choose to want to serve this country because they believe in what it stands for. There's a lot of American Indian patriots that maintain their cultural identity, and not just by beadwork, but by speaking the language fluently. That is the root and the foundation of being a true Dakota or a Lakota, is the language. And any elder will tell you that. Any elder will tell you you have to know your language. But our tribe hosts the second oldest powwow in the nation. And when you come into the Siston-Wahpeton Winfield Thompson Memorial Powwow Grounds, you will see every flagpole. I think there's 64 flagpoles that fly above our powwow arbor, and they're always full. There's not enough flagpoles because the people of my tribe and other tribes that come, they bring their flags of their fallen family member. And a lot of these guys are combat veterans that, answered the call of service and wanted to lift these colors up in a good way, in an honorable way. I also want to recognize, I met the family of Lori Paiestawa. I met her brother, I met her children, I met her sister-in-law. They came to our powwow up here at the Siston-Wahpeton Vietnam Veterans Association powwow years ago. And I was very, very humbled to have met Lori Paiestawa's family. Lori Paiestawa was the first American Indian woman killed in combat. She was from the Hopi Nation. And I think that should be a message, and let it be a beacon of hope for any young Indian person out there that might be watching this to, honor this country. We can recognize and acknowledge there are events that happen that are tragic, but that shouldn't deter us from wanting to do better and live peacefully with each other. So with that, I want to say thank you.